Hello guys! Welcome sa ating z-knowledgeTV. Sa AutoCAD video series na ito, I will introduce you the CAD software. Ang tutorial na ito ay para sa mga complete beginner in AutoCAD who has absolutely no knowledge to this software. So, dito sa AutoCAD video series, mag-i-start tayo sa basics. Pag-aaralan natin ng AutoCAD user interface, understanding the units, making basic drawings, we'll use object snaps to make precise drawings, working with layers and blocks, working with dimensions, and last, we'll print our drawing. So, lahat ng ito ay pag-aaralan natin dito sa ating tutorial. Pero, before tayo mag-start, don't forget to like this video and click the subscribe button para ma-notify kayo sa mga next videos. So, let's get started. Sa ating previous videos, natalakay na natin ang auto mode, object snap, polar tracking at polar snap, na kung saan mas napadali na nating na-acquire ang precise drawing. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood o gusto nyo ulit balikan yung mga naunang videos natin, pwede nyo i-click ang link sa description box ng video nito. Okay, so sa video na ito, atin naman pag-aaralan ang huling method sa precise drawing na tinatawag naman na object snap tracking. In this lesson, you will learn what object snap tracking is and how it can assist you in creating geometry. Kapag natapos mo itong video, you will be able to describe and use object snap tracking to position geometry. For example, in the illustration shown, you often need to place or create geometry at a location relative to other objects in the drawing. While you could create construction geometry for the purpose of aligning the new geometry, with object snap tracking, you can accomplish the same results much faster. So, ano ba itong object snap tracking? So, atin munang alamin ang function nito sa ating drawing. The object snap tracking in AutoCAD shows the snapping reference lines. It displays the snapping lines on the position of the cursor. Bale, this object snap tracking is used when we want to align the lines or the parts of any object. Object snap tracking works in combination with other snaps to enable you to temporarily acquire and track up to different points. Once you acquire points, object snap tracking provides horizontal, vertical, or polar alignment paths relative to the point that you have acquired. So, para maunawaan natin ang ibig sabihin ng definition na ito, in the following image, the table is being moved to the room center using object snap tracking. Para ma-center natin yung table sa room, the midpoint of the wall on the left, which is yung 1, and the midpoint of the wall below, which is yung 2, have been acquired. So, triangular grips at the midpoints indicate that the points have been acquired. As the table is positioned near the imaginary intersection, the alignment paths, which is yung number 3, appear indicating the intersection. So, the dynamic input interface displays the current position as 0 degrees from the left midpoint and 90 degrees from the lower midpoint. Kaya, kapag need mo malaman ang center ng non-circular object such as a rectangle or a polygon, use object snap tracking to locate this center point. So, narito ang ilang guidelines for object snap tracking. So, una, use object snap tracking to reduce the need to create construction geometry. Pangalawa, you can use object snap tracking to calculate the center point of non-circular objects. And pangatlo, when you use object snap tracking in conjunction with dynamic input, the dynamic input interface displays position information related to the acquired points. So, to use object snap tracking, you acquire points from geometry in the drawing using running object snaps. As you acquire points on the geometry, A small plus sign appears on the point. This indicates that the point is being used for object snap tracking. So, in the following image, the midpoint of the left side of the rectangle has been acquired. Notice that the plus sign symbol indicating the acquired point. The midpoint of the bottom of the rectangle is being touched to acquire the point. But take note lang, to touch a point, hover only. Hover the point with your cursor but do not click to select the point. So the acquired indicator appears inside the object snap marker when the point has been acquired. So, let's take a look sa settings itong object snap tracking sa drafting setting dialog box. So, i-right click natin itong icon ng object snap tracking. So, right click lang natin. Then, click natin itong object snap tracking settings. Then, lalabas yung drafting settings dialog box. Okay? So, dito sa ating drafting settings dialog box, so, need natin na lagyan ng checkmark yung ating object snap tracking para mag-on ito. Or pwede natin i-press yung F11 sa ating keyboard. So, make sure lang din na yung ating object snap ay dapat naka-on. At yung mga modes na dapat natin magamit o need natin magamit ay dapat mayroon siyang checkmark din. Okay? So, para gumana yung ating object snap tracking. Okay. So, next. Dito naman sa ating polar tracking tab, okay, dito sa object snap tracking settings, meron tayong dalawa na pwedeng i-click o pwedeng piliin. Yung orthogonally only, so ito yung pinaka-simplest method, at yung track using all polar angle settings. So, ang pinagkaiba lang ng dalawa, itong track orthogonally only, it appear for horizontal and vertical alignments only. Okay? So, dito naman sa track using all polar angle settings, it appear for all polar angles na pwede mong i-define. So, ibig sabihin, any polar angles pwede dito kapag ito yung pinili natin. Okay? So, for additional knowledge, press and hold Shift plus Q sa ating keyboard to temporarily turn object snap tracking on or off. So, kayo nang bahala kung anong gusto nyo gamitin para mag-on o ma-off nyo yung object snap tracking nyo. So, next, gawin natin kung paano ba ginagamit itong object snap tracking. Okay? So, the following steps outline how to use object snap tracking to acquire points. So, una, on the status bar, okay? So, make sure na yung ating O-snap, which is ito, at yung ating O-track, which is ito, ay dapat pare silang naka-on. Okay? So, para magamit natin itong object snap tracking, create muna tayo ng ating dalawang figure. Okay? So, una, create tayo ng rectangle. Yan. Okay. So, ang goal natin dito sa ating example ay magke-create tayo ng circle in the middle of this rectangle. Okay, nasa pinaka-center siya. So, kung hindi tayo gamit ng object snap tracking, mahihirapan tayo na i-create o maglagay ng circle dito sa pinaka-center ng ating rectangle. Okay? Pero dahil gagamit nga tayo ng ating object snap tracking, mapapadali natin makapag-create o makapaglagay ng circle dito sa pinaka-center ng ating rectangle. Okay? So, create tayo ng circle. Okay. So, next, specify natin yung point using object snap tracking. Touch natin yung point with the cursor. Yan. So, mapapansin natin na yung sinelect nating midpoint ng length at width ng rectangle ay nagkaroon na ng positive sign. So, ayan yung magsasabi na na-accord natin yung midpoint ng dalawang sides na yan. So, kaya kapag tinapat natin yung ating cursor along the center ng rectangle, so may lalabas na intersection line o intersecting line. Okay? So, yung pinaka-intersecting point, so siya yung center nitong rectangle. So, kapag clinic na natin dyan yung ating cursor, so, pwede tayo makapag-create ng circle. Okay? So, let's say the radius of the circle is 2. Yan. So, that's the use of, or that's how to use the object snap tracking. So, remember lang na kung para mas magamit nyo pa yung object snap tracking sa lahat ng drawings nyo, make sure na tama yung nakaset yung settings o modes sa ating object snap tracking settings. Okay? So, that's all. So, dito na nagtatapos ang discussion natin kung paano naman gamitin ang object snap tracking. At para sa iba pang videos na gusto nyo pang maunawaan o malaman about sa AutoCAD, so huwag nyo kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-click ang bell para maging updated kayo sa ating mga next videos. So, maraming salamat!